Hello and welcome to my presentation of my final portfolio. My name is Beth Sicoli and this is my portfolio for INTC 5330. And part of this class, the first thing that we had to do was create this website, and as you can see, this is my website that I created. And this was my first post that I created. That was the first thing we had to do, was create our first post, and it just basically goes through a little bit about me. The next thing I wanted to show you, as you can see, it's categorized over here by projects, resources, and videos. The uncategorized are my introductory posts, and my personal learning network, which I would like to show you right now. And my personal learning network starts with me in the middle, and it branches out to face-to-face contact and electronic resources. My face-to-face contact includes my colleagues, and this happens at faculty meetings, department meetings, team meetings, articulations, and in the faculty room. The other part to face-to-face is actual workshops that I attend. Include Teach Meet, which happened down at Stockton, the NJEA convention, which is a yearly convention here in New Jersey, AMTNJ, which is a workshop that also happens that I go to yearly for math teachers in New Jersey. Also curriculum development workshops where I've learned many different ideas from, and the New Jersey School Board Association workshops, which I attend each year. For electronic resources, educationally, webinars, I've been doing quite a few of those through this course, YouTube, Classroom 2.0, EduBlogs, and NCTM. And socially would be Google, which is a search I use almost every day, Twitter, Edmodo, which is a social network I use within my classrooms daily, Pinterest, which you can find many good ideas educationally and everything else, and Wikispaces. And that's my personal learning network, my PLN. The next thing I was going to go through were my projects, and the first project we had to create was creating this blog. The second project I had to create was a data collection project, and which I used a cheesecake sales that I do within my group of students. And what I did was I had the students create an Excel spreadsheet based off of the sales, and it has each student's names and how many cheesecakes they collected. And with that, they had to find the percentages of each cheesecake and also calculate the amount of money should have been collected, the amount that was owed in cheesecakes, and the profit that we should have made from the cheesecake sale. From that, I created my second project, which was a visual based on that data. And the first one that I did was a bubbles, which showed you how much of each cheesecake I created. Just by looking at it, you could tell that that we sold the most plain cheesecakes. And the other visual that I created was a pie chart based off of the sales of the cheesecakes. The fourth project was a mobile and handheld device project, and what we had to do was we had to find some sort of way to incorporate mobile and handheld devices in our classroom. I used this Algebra Champ app, which is available on the iPad, iPod, and iPhone, and it's a great way to review solving linear equations from basic one-step to multi-step equations. My students had a great time using this in the class, mostly because they were able to use their iPad or iPod or iPhone, but they really enjoyed using that in the class. The fifth project was the interactive whiteboard presentation, and that I used my interactive whiteboard, and this is called the shape sorter. And basically you could go right up to the board and drag the shapes into the correct Venn diagram area. Okay, as you can see, this is all sides are congruent, all angles are congruent, and the middle would obviously be all sides and angles are congruent. And as you drag the shapes in, it would tell you if you were correct or incorrect. The next project that I completed was the Global Connection project. And there were actually two parts of that. I actually completed the second part first, which was a webinar. And the webinar that I that I watched was called Flattening the Globe, Resources and Ideas for Teachers with Global Project Potential. And this was a great webinar for me to help me prepare for my Global Connection project. It gave me many ideas on how to go about completing a Global Connection project with my students, which takes me to my project, which was a project in which the students need to find different salaries of mathematicians, and they needed to compare those salaries once they were finished with mathematicians in the same field in Florida and California. And it was interesting. It will be interesting for them to see what they find out from that. We also needed to include 10 resources, and many of my resources include math games and lessons that help students learn math. Study Island, you could play games on that, you could go through lessons. I use that very often in my class. Fun Brains has all different content areas that you can use in your class, games and lessons. Khan Academy is great lessons. Class Dojo is a way to keep students on task. I use that often in my class. It actually really helps them to concentrate on what they need to do. Cool Maths has many different games. Math Goodies is games and lessons. Illuminations has a variety of lessons, and that's actually for all resources. And CTAP was another resource that caught my eye based off of pre-algebra. And also Teachers First had many different lessons to incorporate technology into the classroom. We also had to come up with 5 videos, and I had 5 videos. Math activities for the K-8 classroom on Classroom 2.0. That was a webinar. This was a video using Khan Academy in the classroom. This video showed the Pythagorean theorem and why the Pythagorean theorem works. This video was using different lessons on the iPad and incorporating that into your classroom. And this video was about teaching middle school boys and how to get them involved in learning math. So as you could see, we had to do many different things for this class. I feel that most of the lessons included creativity and innovation. The different projects, the collaborative project was communications and collaborations. Many of them include the critical thinking and problem solving. Technology was incorporated in every lesson that I had there, and I hope you enjoyed my portfolio. Thank you very much.